Alright, so peep this. The scene kicks off with Naruto sliding on that boy Kimimaro in this random ass field. Then Naruto ass posted up on all fours, growling like a rabid dog with his teeth clenched. Got his veins busting out the side of his head like he finna blow the fuck up. Brother man, chill. What the hell could possibly be making this nigga that mad? Well, if you predicted his rage had anything to do with his one-sided sympathy for Sasuke, you'd be unsurprisingly correct. Naruto is hardball demanding why Orochimaru wants Sasuke so bad and what he plans on doing with his body, which I can't blame Naruto's concern too bad, cause why does Orochimaru freaky ditty ass want a child's body so bad anyway? Now Kimimaro eventually spills it, but he damn sure took his time as bro hits him with this intense stare of disappointment. And I can't blame him either, cause look at this nigga twitching and shaking uncontrollably, worried about another man's body. Nick, shut that shit up. Kimimaro begins to give bro the whole spreadsheet about how Orochimaru is scheming on using Sasuke's body as his new vessel, but all this did was piss off Naruto tenfold, as Naruto boots up like 100 shadow clones. Now you think that Kimimaro would be somewhat pressed by this, but he shrugged that shit off like dirt off of his shoulder. In fact, this man scopes out the shadow clones and then says,
"There sure is a lot of garbage scattered around here. But trash is just trash after all."
Alright, hold on now. I know a master COD lobby shit talker when I see one. Like, I can't lie, that line was tough. And to be honest, he ain't lying either. Cause what's shit times shit? Exactly. More shit. The odds aren't gonna change just cause the number of scrubs on your roster increased. You're still washed. Unfortunately, Naruto goes deaf to all of that, so him and the rest of his shadow clones fire up and charge straight for Kimimaro. Unsurprisingly, they don't get the outcome they thought was gonna happen, as these little niggas are getting pieced up in Olympic record-breaking fashion. Kimimaro deadass dog walking them all like a bunch of recruit bots on Black Ops. Like, peep how hypersonically quick these punches sound. Out here sounding like a fully booted up minigun from GTA 5. And his weapon wheel isn't empty either, as he pops out these nasty ass bone swords out of his palms. Now he's up and about leaping around Swiss cheese in these bozos. Naruto knows he's getting embarrassed right now, as he tries drawing some blood by throwing 2 kunais at him. But Kimimaro swiftly dodges that shit, and Naruto ends up splitting 2 of his own clones in the chest. Look at the face of disbelief 3 of his clones had. Yeah, little nigga, that was 3 inches away from clapping you into the next search and destroy round. Tell your gang to lock the fuck in. You're getting killed out there. Instead of throwing more kunai, especially after that embarrassing display, Naruto decides to go close quarters by charging in with his kunai, but Kimimaro effortlessly blocks both attempts and cracks that nigga right in the collarbone. Another clone tries to catch bro lacking, but he weaves that weak ass little shit, dodges another clone and gives him a little pokey poke, as now he just starts toying around with them, pulling out all types of gymnastic flips and tricks out of his back pocket. Bro ass even pierced 2 clones mid backflip. Then while still in the air, he proceeds to porcupine prick up 6 more clones all at the same time. Dog, look at his face. He's bored as hell. This is the face of a Halo 3 5-star general facing a lobby of level 1 recruits. Oh, cactus jackass nigga. Naruto, we don't got any long distance attacks in the weapon wheel? Oh, sorry ass. Not every single opponent you come across can just simply be defeated by overwhelming odds of shadow clones, dumbass nigga. Kimimaro dead got this man frozen in shock, over here asking him questions mid-stab while getting gutted like a fish, yapping about some what is this? It's aura, skill gap, knowledge, strength, integrity. Get good, buddy. And to further show how much of a pub stomp this is, Kimimaro unzips his shirt slowly as he reveals his shoulder, which by the way felt awfully somewhat sexual, freaking that boy Naruto out. Like, what the sack? Is this nigga trying to seduce me? He took that shit off slow as hell with an intense stare down. Like, alright buddy, I know how you and Orochimaru get down in your free time. He then begins to grow this freaky ass bone out of his shoulder, grabs it, and rips it out. So Naruto, with absolutely no plan whatsoever, proceeds to chuck some shuriken at him. But bro ass casually chops both of them in half with his stiff ass bone sword. Oh hell nah, this nigga is assembled differently. Bro ass probably sprinkles his food with calcium powder on every single meal. Stiff ass bones. Go ahead and hook it up with the diet plan. I could always use some more bone density. Put me on, Wody. Now after witnessing bro cleave through solid metal with just his bones, you'd think that Naruto would rethink continuing this quote-unquote fight. But if you're familiar with Naruto's game, this hard-headed ass nigga ain't gonna back down no matter the odds. Look, I love the optimism and all, but sometimes I sit back and think, wow, this is a dumb ass nigga. He dead ass yapping about some,
I'm still gonna break every bone in or out of your body!
like, man, be realistic for 2 seconds for once. You haven't even touched him a single time during this one-sided tussle. He really got me to the point of praying that Kimimaro would take some sort of pity on this dumbass boy. But pity was just a void concept to Kimimaro, cause Kimimaro wanted nothing else but smoke for Naruto like a rack of ribs. So Naruto challenges him to bring it on. Yo, what the sack is this camera angle? If this fuck-ass cameraman don't get this triple XL wide landing airstrip of a forehead 200 meters out of my face, got the perfect angle of light just to beam my corneas out of existence. Cameraman playing in our face like we could just stick new eyeballs in our heads like in the show itself. Reel that shit back a little. Or a lot. Naruto rushes in and proceeds to spam a bunch of shurikens, not learning a damn thing from 2 minutes ago when he tried this shit with the first 2 shurikens he threw. But unsurprisingly, Kimimaro splices them weak ass shuriken as well. So Naruto holds his horses and asks,
How'd he do that?
like as if the guy didn't just finish up his monologue yap session about how jacked his bones are. Naruto, you dry pissing me off. As a matter of fact, I'm on Kimimaru's side now. Sea Urchin Man feels his brain cells leaking out of his head with each passing dumbass question Naruto asks. So to stop the leakage, he rushes in and starts slicing dicing every single clone in his path. This one clone tries to get at least one punch in, but Kimimaro busts out his best MJ dance impression with such smooth, nasty footwork. And after moonwalking around this clone's futile attempts, he finally swipes the clone in half. Just like a shitty Xbox connection. He's back to square one. As expected, with Naruto's battle IQ matching that of a wet sock, he idiotically pulls the same rushing charge attack again. And what do you know? Of course, the outcome is unchanged.
Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
Like, look at the amount of smoke filling the air from all his dead shadow clones. Naruto ain't doing shit but helping this man Kimimaro build up more aura, looking like the Undertaker pulling up to the ring on Monday Night Raw. I just know the wildlife in the area is gasping for fresh air, with all these dusty ass shadow clones blowing up smoke every 3 seconds. In one fell swoop, Kimimaro finally squad wipes his entire clone fleet. So now it's just him and the real Naruto left. Just as Kimimaro was about to pack Naruto up, the box behind him blows open, and that's when you see that familiar Uchiha paddle symbol and that boy Sasuke posted up. Just off the glance alone of this nigga, Naruto's rage completely dissipates like an angry girlfriend who gets food after an argument. Red eyes completely 404. Bro ass even starts giggling to himself like a little schoolgirl yapping about some,
Come on, buddy, let's go home!
got this man reminiscing on old times and all. Sasuke ignoring every single word he said, instead heads straight into the forest without even turning around like that man Naruto was invisible. Naruto will be damned if he lets his lover get away again, so he tries to chase him down. But before this man could even take a single step, Kimimaro presses up right next to him, ready to pop his head off like a Lego piece. But right before he could even finish his lunge, the hands and feet taijutsu kingpin Rock Lee pulls up in the nick of time to save his sorry ass teammate with a bull tree. Yes sir, this the shit I'm talking about.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
A heavy hitter finally arrives on the scene. Go ahead and take a seat, Naruto, and take some notes. As my man Rock Lee connects a kick first run. On the other hand, Naruto ass with negative aim assist couldn't even land a single blow, even with all them damn hundreds of shadow clones surrounding Kimimaro. Bro ass really ain't put up a single point on the leaderboard this entire time. Get in the backpack already. Fucking shitty. I was this close to pulling his ninja card. After getting his stomach imploded by this flying spin kick, Kimimaro demands to know who's third partying. So then Rock Lee educates that boy.
In his eye, the rejuvenated Leaf Village's handsome devil, Rock Lee!
Okay, buddy, calm it down with that handsome devil cap. Wax them damn unkempt weeds off your face first. And quit getting the bowl cut fuck me up from the barber shop every visit. Goofy Farquaad looking at it. Lee tells Naruto to chase after Sasuke so he can squabble with Big Bro. Shit, getting closer to Sasuke? Naruto, perking up at the sound of that idea, does exactly that. Shit, say no more. Say even less. He was plotting on doing that anyway. Not even a full full 5 seconds go by before Naruto gets to stepping. But unfortunately for Naruto, Kimimaro with some damn iron lungs wanna puff on both blunts without passing either one, cause he want all the smoke. And at this moment, Naruto was looking like a weed nugget this pothead would be damned to let go so easily. So while Naruto gets in the mid-stride, Kimimaro leaps over Lee and tries to skewer Naruto one more time. But the charismatic top fragger himself slides in clutch just in the nick of time, palming his sweaty ass bone blade with his bare hands. The hell kind of carbon wheel tungsten steel adamantite shield wrist wraps does this nigga got on? Cause we ain't finna just skip over the fact we just seen this man Kimimaro slash clean through some shurikens like melted butter a couple minutes ago. Hey, but you know what? Maybe my nigga just assembled differently and we just gonna leave it at that. Naruto finally manages to skedaddle away this time, but to make sure Kimimaro keeps his eyes on him, Lee elevates his leg and slams his fat ass kenko combined with the heavy ass weights he always got on directly into the top of his shoulder. He repositions and then charges in again with a malicious kick that gets blocked, then spins up another back kick that also gets denied. Yeah, sure, the kicks are getting blocked, but even with them blocks, he's definitely not cushioning them blows and preventing full damage. So as Kimimaro sees this nigga pinwheel flick up another one of those front flipped shoulder disintegrating ass kenko kicks, he immediately dodges it instead. But Lee's game sense was too godly for bro, cause he wasn't expecting Lee to wind up the crunchiest uppercut for Kimimaro to chew on before he could even touch the ground again. Listen closely to the sound of that vicious crack on the chin. I just know that damage was double stacked. This nigga done hot swapped all of his stats into the strength mod socket just to rocket launch this mean ass knuckle sandwich into Kimimaro's lower lip. This boy is not playing any games. He even hit his ass with the aww. That boy is dead ass. This shit is getting me geeked dead ass right now. Kimimaro manages to land on his feet from that uppercut, but the adrenaline is wearing off and the pain from earlier is catching up. Heap how crack-a-lackin' this nigga's shoulder sounds right now, sounding like the result of a failed chiropractor visit. That weighted brick leg kick really fucked him up down bad. Lee, feeling that toe-to-toe scoreboard he's been filling up, warns Kimimaro that the next one will be your last. Which, unlike Trash You Told, I can have full confidence in believing, especially considering that devastating uppercut we just bore witness to. But Lee got that black mamba mentality. Job's not finished. So to keep on him like a mosquito to a leg, Lee tries to hit him with a leaf hurricane. Kimimaro dashes in the air to evade his sweep, but Lee stays on his ass like spaghetti tomato sauce on Tupperware. So he initiates a kick, but Kimimaro narrowly avoids it. Lee clicks another kick towards his noggin this time, but that shit gets weaved too. Then to finish off his kick combo arsenal, he reels back another brick leg kick. But Lee got this man struck with such intense PTSD from the first one he landed. As Lee's heel slams into nothing but grass, he had Kimimaro dashing away 6 feet over, social distancing himself from Lee and his wicked ass stinky leg. Like he got the coronavirus. Lee, fed up from his recent attacks not landing, just says fuck it and proceeds to charge in with a fully clenched up knuckle sandwich. But the hokey pokey master, Kimimaro, casually slides out of his path, making Lee punch nothing but air and stumbling. So Kimimaro seizes the moment and pulls his bone sword up to swipe him into a dividend. But just as I thought Lee's ass was grass, bro ass calls a last second foul, talking about some I'm so sorry,
but I have to take my medicine at a certain time. And that time happens to be now. Excuse me, it will take just a minute.
I just know this nigga ain't just rip out the forbidden timeout jutsu. Wanna call foul on the play as soon as he gets caught. Now, even though I hated this cheap ass play, all could be forgiven after bearing witness to the chronological order of events that would precede this moment. Cause once Lee slid that mini canister of Henny out of his side pack, I knew shit was about to get wicked in the worst way possible. This man proceeds to take the entire bottle to the head and chug that shit. Got him over here leaning and rocking with it like he currently in 2006 listening to them franchise boys. The Henny instantly takes full effect cause Lee can't hang, causing Lee to stumble over to Kimimaro. But it seems he's one of those abusive angry drunks cause dry out the cut he says,
"What is wrong with you? You know how impolite it is to stare!"
He attempts to snatch his nose but narrowly missed by a couple of inches. Then he winds up another leaf hurricane, but of course Kimimaro leaps out the way again. But just like earlier before, Lee links with him in the air. Only now he starts spamming the melee button. He's out here moving at hypersonic missile speed. I can tell Kimimaro is dizzy off them evasions alone. And Lee can tell too as he tries to sock him with a spinning backhand, but Kimimaro finally breaks off. But just when I thought Lee was finna rush in for round 2, this drunk ass turkey collapses to the ground and just starts full on deep snoring. Kimimaro in utter disbelief starts walking over to investigate. But out the blue, Lee hops back up talking about some
You fell for it!
He grabs his nasty ass bone sword and proceeds to drop a fury of hands and feet, which sends bro flying. Lee out of left field starts wailing and getting emotional over Guy Sensei. But that's exactly how I knew. This lightweight was at his peak drunkenness. Everyone knows how niggas get whenever that liquor starts seeping into their skull. They start yapping on an emotional rant about how you they brother and how much they love you and would even die for you. Like, slow it down, Wody, we're just co-workers. But thank God Lee's emotional yapping abruptly halts in place as he collapses to the ground yet again. But refusing to get fooled again, Kimimaro approaches with his guard up. He anticipates Lee shooting up again, so staying on his toes, he backed the fuck up when he tried to fool him again. But right as Lee was about to get active, Lee's vision starts fizzling out and he flops to the ground yet again. Kimimaro is getting real fed up at the games at this point, so to finish him off, he reels back his nasty ass bone sword and attempts to poke him up. But even with his eyes closed shut, he rolls over avoiding the jab. So Kimimaro tries again, but Lee turns away from that too. Kimimaro is successfully getting rage baited, so he tries to speed slash his ass. But Lee nonchalantly dodges all of his swipes with ease, then proceeds to catch his blade with his musty ass feet. Oh hell nah, this man is moving elusively. This how the Henny got niggas moving? Maybe I gotta start sipping too. 2 shots in the morning, 1 shot after each meal, and 2 shots at night. Lee all of a sudden busts a random breakdance spin move like he in the movie Step Up just to stand up, as now he starts casually bobbing and weaving while parrying every single attack from Kimimaro. He starts to get even more pissed as he can't seem to touch this guy, but his seething starts to reach an all-time high as Lee morphs into a Wendy's 4 for 4, feeding him this scrumptious 4-piece combo. 2 of them with his sweaty ass palms and 2 with his crusty ass feet, perfectly balanced as all things should be. That torque from the sudden acceleration of that combo had Kimimaro sliding back 15 feet. Now all he could do is watch this man start emoting while being disappointed in himself that he's letting a goofy ass drunk ass Farquaad lookalike in a romper suit beat his ass. This is the equivalent to losing a match to someone with a shitty gamer tag, which is just embarrassing. But as a result of his own assessment, he gathers that Rock Lee is using an uncommon technique named the drunken fist. He begins hyping it up, talking about how rare it is and how he's never seen it before. But I'm thinking to myself, it can't be that uncommon if I be seeing it on multiple occasions. Not to mention the destructive cracked out fist of soul. Loopy fist is cool and all, but them crack hands was out here flying around on some Mike Tyson type shit. Lee eventually completes his wheel of emotes, so then he gets low and starts hawking Kimimaro down. But this goofy ass nigga gon' slip and trip over himself, landing straight on his face. Now as goofy as this look, I just knew he was scheming up a plan as he springs back up with this freaky ass pose. Pause. Like, why he couldn't just get up like a regular human instead of busting its spread eagle in this tight ass jumper? Then to add insult to injury, he wanna bend over, pop locking his knees on all fours like a freaky dog. We know what you are, buddy. But that was all a part of the plan to mindfuck Porcupine Man and start wailing hands and feet at him. It brought the smile that got wiped off my face from that freaky ass pose from earlier right back onto my face. But you ain't living that shit down, buddy. We all saw the freaky fashion in which you got up. Like, where the hell did you even learn that from? Legs busted wide open with that stretchy tight ass jumper he got on. Bro ass wanna arch it up in the air, giving us a personal insider up close view of his sweaty ass gooch. Bitch, get that mungy ass bullshit out of my face. Like, yo, I'm so good off sipping that special drink if it's gonna have me getting up close and freaky with it. Never mind. Lee tries to slug him with a couple kicks, but Kimimaro is on D1 defense intense as he dodges and parries them shits with ease. He tries countering with a hokey pokey bone strike to the chest, but Lee starts feeling like Neo in the Matrix and cracks this smooth ass limbo dodge to avoid getting that daily intake of calcium. Lee tries chucking more power combos at bro, but this man Kimimaro must be abstaining from any alcohol, blocking them shots like at the family function with everyone trying to peer pressure him to have a little sip. That's until Lee props himself up with a handstand and kicks Prickly Man right through his forearm, probably fracturing that shit in a few places and sending him flying across the field. But Lee douses his grill full of flames with more lighter fluid, as while Kimimaro is skidding backwards, Lee cannonbolts himself straight towards Kimimaro, and not even to put hands or feet on this nigga, just straight forehead in this man, trying to cave that nigga's stomach in with that fat ass forehead of his like how Gojo did Toji. But Kimimaro swiftly turns himself into an immovable object as the unstoppable force of Lee's bold cut stalemates them both for a second. Lee rubs off the grass again as they both trade such a graceful display of hand-to-hand combat. This is the definition of top tier. Like, look at the masterwork of sorcery oozing out of every single movement from this man. Nigga making sure the people back home are watching. Cause in what dimension was it necessary to disrespectfully give your back to your op mid-barrage, giving us a whole 360 like one of those disgraceful pop the balloons? And don't worry, we not skipping over that signature Fat Joe lean back weave he been button mashing all fight. That boy is too slick with it. He dead got Kimimaro sweating bullets right now, and he can smell the sweat dripping off his skin. Like, feast your eyes on this cha-cha real smooth ass slide he's shuffling in his face. Niggas love turning into professional backup dancers off that wonky water. Don't let this man near Dominican, cause they gonna have a never-ending salsa dance off. I'm in disbelief at the amount of submarine levels of pressure I'm witnessing this man apply right now. Like, really analyze the amount of godlike choreography this man is sliding out his pressure pack. I don't think I've ever seen anything close to this before in my many years as Father Time. Stupid boy. He is handstand walking him backwards like...
Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up.
They should have put a jackass warning sign up, because I tried this same move in my living room and now there's a foot-shaped hole in my TV screen. Kimimaro is acutely aware he's getting outsauced, so he tries spreading his own sauce with this weak-ass chameleon dance. Get that mustard-ass chameleon dance out of here, cause Lee is dodging all that slack like a Call of Duty lag switch. Kimimaro swear he got a window of opportunity, but this man gotta get whacked again from the educating of last time, as Lee baits him into a swing with his all-famous limbo move he pulled off without even looking at him. Then he grabs that slimy-ass bone sword, popping a mini twirl and stabbing Kimimaro with a prickly bone of his own from his elbow straight into his chest. And now they run up a game of elite-tier footsies and hopscotch. Then this man dead-ass power grips his leg with his thighs and lobbed him away. Nigga, Guy Sensei never taught you that, you freaky master thigh jutsu fighter. But irregardless of where you pick that shit up from, that lobbing gave bro the most perfect opening he's had all tussle. So without a single lick of hesitation, he immediately exploits off the backdoor he just created and jabs a brick fist straight through that prickly man's chest cavity. Got that man chopping the grass from the friction of his face sliding across the ground. Yay, sir! Pop your shit, Lee! Knock the air out that nigga's lungs, doing this man nasty. He's gonna need a chiropractor at this point. All that calcium ain't enough for that alcoholic combo, I fear. Now, as joyous as the time we're having right now after spectating such raw skill, this is where I gotta reel you back into reality and have you hold your horses. Cause if there's anything we are well aware of about this show, it's that Kishimoto never fails to hold this nigga Lee's rise and peak back down into the gutter. Cause after barely getting knocked down once, Kimimaro rips out the curse mark on that ass. Like, this is the equivalent to a nigga up in the pole after getting his ass beat, as he throws up every single set imaginable and defending them all simultaneously, and eventually sliding out these musty ass soggy wet bones from his forearm. And that's when I knew Lee was done for. This man has the worst hidden MMR, always getting matched up against the sweatiest no-life demons. First game on, it's Gaara. The next, it's this prickly freak. Like, can bro catch a breath? Nah, they wanna butter us up with this immaculate Rock Lee pub stomp, then snatch that shit away as soon as Lee starts top fragging. Kishimoto, you cannot keep getting away with this. You will be stopped. Rock Lee not fully sobered up, so he can't fully comprehend the severity of the situation at hand, and rushes back in, but none of his blows are contacting like usual. Bro starts yapping about some, I'm not drunk, but we can obviously see this man wobbling and slurring his words. On the same wavelength as a nigga 10 shots deep, waffling on about some good to drive. Buddy, I wouldn't even trust you to drive a Tonka truck. You seen the condition he was in after one swig. Yeah, we're just gonna hide your keys, buddy. Kimimaro promises to sober him up, but Lee still tries convincing him that he's good to go on his own, talking about some,
Do I look drunk to you?
yes, nigga, how many times do we gotta teach you this lesson? You're fooling nobody. Lee lobs another break leg kick towards Kimimaro, but he swats him away with his bone gauntlet. They both charge in and damn near knock each other off balance as Lee contorts his body into, hey, yo! Why they got this nigga bent over, ass tooted up in the camera like we still ain't scarred from the gooch dance attack from earlier? That's it. I've seen enough. Lee starts yapping about the dangers of underage drinking like he not the main example. Kimimaro blocks this backhand and tries countering with a spike strike, but Lee catches it and with a devious look on his face reels back and tries to tickle him to death. So Kimimaro pops out a patch of spikes from his chest, knocking Lee backward and nearly poking his eye out. But as you can see, Kimimaro kept his promise of sobering that wobbly freak back up, as that gash he sustained was enough to do the trick. Kimimaro with that Balenciaga spike vest he got on starts going on a biological scientific yap fest about his kekkei genkai and giving us human bone facts and shit. Like, alright nerd ass nigga, we learned this shit in the 5th grade already. Lee with his head hurting and face gushing blood finally ascertains he's been drunk the entire time. Yeah, you freaky ass wobbly lightweight, we are well aware. He then lets Kimimaro the hedgehog know.
But bone is bone after all. Once broken, there is no mending it.
Now I'm fucking with the energy and all, but bro ass must have forgot about the dense ass tungsten bones he got, cause as he rushes in with a charged up fist, he gets another stiff ass bone block from Kimimaro. Bro, look at the shock on his face. That boy was really dead, blacked out drunk with not a single memory of the past 5 minutes. But unfortunately, not me though. My eyes are permanently fried from that freaky ass display of earlier. Lee backs off and somersaults away. As he reflects on the density of his bones, he asks himself if they're really human bones. That man did not hear a single word Kimimaro said. Hey, but he just like me for asking this, cause if Kimimaro tried to become my biology teacher, I'm zoning out too. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. But he ain't ready to pack it up just yet, as he jumps into the air trying to catch bro off guard. But Kimimaro, unfazed by his futile sneak attack, calmly turns himself into a ninja blender and shreds Lee up like a fruit smoothie. Ugh, look how this nigga builds into his next attack. Built like he finna turn into the Flood at the end of his transformation with these disgusting ass infected looking ass bumps all over his body. Like you couldn't just spike punch this nigga Lee in the gut or something? Talking about some, behold, my large band. Nigga, if you don't dance your happy ass to the clinic, you look diseased. Lee gets poked and slashed up like he fell into a cactus bush, all while getting spun around and getting contorted like a workplace incident, knocking him down for the moment. So Kimimaro thinks he's done for and begins to walk away. But Lee gets up again, pleading with him to wait a second, as he says, fuck it, we play for keeps. Yeah, he not finna just let himself get turned into a blended piece of pineapple without getting some sort of get back. So Lee, with one final wind, rushes in with a dry cut plan of stalling him. He rips out the first inner gate of opening and turns into a dust devil, as he wraps him up like some headphones thinking he's ugly god, and attempts to shove a primary lotus into his chest. But to Lee's dismay, Prickly Man baited him by letting the attack go through and locking his ankle up into his Balenciaga spike vest chest. Now I could tell that Lee was all out of sauce to throw at this man, so unfortunately this is how Bushy Brow goes out, just as Kimimaro lunges his prickly bone fist at Lee, a random swirl of sand interferes to block his fatal blow. When I tell you my eyeballs and jaw popped out of my head, cause out of all the people to pull up, it was this nigga Gaara swooping in to clutch the day. Now, me personally, I'm chilling with my boy Gaara at this point. He was just too solid not to fuck with. But if I was Lee, I ain't giving a single lick of a fuck about what you just did. I will never forget that fateful day. I'd have been so sour I would have teamed up with Kimimaro to get my get back and pinned his death onto Kimimaro himself. But Lee is a forgiving soul, so he accepts the assist. Overall, a goated S tier fight. Definitely one of the more underrated fights of OG Naruto. The immaculate display of combat mastery, ridiculous yet vicious introduction of Lee's drunken fist. It all ties together in just, delicious eye candy. But that's the end of this episode. Thanks for making it this far in the video. Like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Alright, get on and get.